friends, Nibs again. I'm out here in the garage tonight doing a little bit of shooting, a little bit of tinkering, and I wanted to give you guys an update on my 2240 build. And it's actually going to start out as kind of a bummer, but it's okay. It's all part of the game, part of the fun. But I have been struggling with this safe pack adapter that's supposed to turn the 2240 action into a PCP gun, and I am just about to throw my hands up with it. I'm not going to give up on it quite yet, but I have followed as much information as I can find online about how to tune it, how to make it work. So right off the bat, when I put it in there, I could only pump it up to about 1600 psi. Anything above 1600 psi with the stock springs and stock poppet in there, the valve, the exhaust valve, anything above 1600, it would like freeze up, and when you would cock it and shoot it, the air would not even, you would just get a little and almost nothing would come out, and it would take like 20 or 30 cocks and pops before it got down to that 1600 level again, where it would start to shoot again. At the 1600 level, it was the first one or two shots were really good power, 600 feet per second, not the 800 or 900 that were a few people have talked about in their videos. And then it would only get like 3 or 4 shots, and then it would be dead. It would be completely out of air. So I have been going to every hardware store, buying spring assortments, taking the exhaust valve and the intake spring, and going around and finding any spring that looked anything like it, heavier or lighter. I've probably tried at least half a dozen of both different weights, mostly heavier, with a slightly heavier spring. I can get up to 1900 feet per second, and then I get about 9 shots, and they're not very consistent as far as FPS, and I've even tried springs that were so heavy that I thought I was going to break the bolt. It was and with no spring, I can't go over 2000 FPS. Even with the heaviest spring that I felt safe to be able to still cock the gun, I got to 2000 and it locked it up again, and it literally took me like 40 shots. I don't know how to degas this thing. I don't know how you would degas it. So the only way I could do was just keep cocking it and shooting it, cocking it, shooting it, and it would just let a little tiny bit of air out, and it finally got it down below that 2000, and I still only got like 9 usable shots. They were not very consistent FPS again, 9 or 10 usable shots, and then it was completely empty again. So anyway, I don't want to really harp on that too much, but right at the moment, I'm kind of frustrated with it, and I'm going to shelf it. I hope somebody out there has worked on one of these and maybe can give me some tips and tricks. I would really love to get it to work, but right at the moment, I've taken the gun back to CO2, and it works great. It's with the longer barrel, I'm seeing about 600 feet per second, which is pretty decent, with a 14 grain Crosman pellet, 14.3 grain Crosman pellet. So just to give you a rundown, if you haven't seen my other videos, I have a buck rail suppressor, a buck rail machined aluminum suppressor adapter. I have an 18-inch Crosman rifled barrel. I have a Crosman custom shop steel breech. I have a buck rail red dot on here. I have a 9-shot, 9, I think it's 9S grav mag on here. I have the buck rail hand grip. That's really nice. I really like that. And then I have the buck rail side folding stock with the minimalist buttstock, which is really nice. I do have that set up to fold off to the left, and then you can still use it as a pistol, which is kind of silly with the long barrel like that, but it's still a usable. But I really like shooting it as a little carbine, which we're going to do here in a minute. But kind of wanted to give you a little update on the. I mean, I really hate to talk badly about anybody's products, but I haven't been able to make it work yet. So, like I said, like I say all the time, I call balls and strikes a ball and strike. So, if it doesn't work for me, I'm going to let you know. And like I said, I hope somebody out here watches this video and has worked on this thing and can give me some tips and tricks, because one of the other, before I move on from that, one of the other things that I've seen as a tip was to replace the CO2 piercing valve, exhaust valve, with a Benjamin pump up exhaust valve, which I just happen to have a brand new one of, and I actually put that in there and tried it with all the different spring weights and everything too, and I didn't notice any difference putting that poppet in compared to the original Crosman poppet with the piercing needle on it. So anyway, I'm gonna go ahead and we're gonna load this up. I want to shoot a couple of magfuls here. I've been trying it with a couple different pellets. Where'd they go? Are they there? So I've tried them with these. I believe I tried it with these rifle cutters. Let me just make sure. I think I did. Yeah, they fit in there. Okay. I thought I could swear I had done that, but so with the grav mag, you slide this little door open on the 9-shot one anyway. You slide that little door open, and you load in 9 shots. So if somebody out there is watching that knows about these grav mags, they do come with a couple different these little gray actual magazine clip pellet holders, and one's labeled ST for standard, and then the other one's labeled CR for Crosman. And I've been using the Crosman hollow points, and I think that's 8 or 9. I didn't count, but I've been using the piranhas and the hollow points in the standard one just fine, and haven't had any issues with it. So I don't know what the what the difference is. I can definitely see there's a difference in the profile, and when you use the Crosman one, the magazine's a lot shorter, and you can't use like these rifle cutters or whatever in there. But so let's go ahead, stand by. I forgot to turn my camera on downrange. So with a CO2 cartridge, I get about 25 to 30 really good shots with this guy, and I've shot, I think, about 1 mag full so far out of this, so we should be good for probably hopefully a couple mags. And you know what, I don't think a pellet loaded. No, it didn't. All right, let's go ahead and just shooting them. You got the tiniest little bullseyes that I use out here. It is a Wednesday night. We're usually would have church on a Wednesday night, but we have some winter storm moving in right now, and 50 plus mile an hour winds, so my pastor decided to cancel on a abundance of caution. It's really not supposed to be a real terrible storm, but enough to get the roads greasy, and the wind blowing around could blow a car right off the road with this much gusts of wind. All but one were just about perfectly in the center there. The one thing with this thing silenced, it's hard to tell when you're actually starting to run out of air. With it, I got a couple left. This combination would make a fantastic pesting gun, I can tell you right now. Rats and squirrels and whatnot. This thing is super accurate. It's got plenty of power, 600 feet per second with a 22. That's more than enough. I wouldn't use it on anything bigger than probably a squirrel, but maybe a rabbit, I guess, if you were so inclined, but oh, I thought that was my last shot. Okay. All right, let me load up some, maybe I'll only do 5 of this one just to make it a little bit shorter for you guys. But these are the Crosman Piranhas. Just to show, I'm using the standard magazine, and these are the Crosman Piranhas, so I did zero it with the rifle cutters, so if my point of impact changes a little bit with these Crosman pellets, that's to be expected. Looks like they're going up just a little bit. So that was, what, 3? 4. This thing, I mean, I'm only shooting 7 yards here, so 21 feet. But there you go, 5 shots, 1 ragged hole, little high, but not bad at all. But there you go. There is. I'm really enjoying this build. I really wish I could get that safe pack to work, but hopefully somebody will come up with some tips and tricks for me that I can try, and I'm definitely willing to keep trying at it. I'm run out of ideas. I've used every spring I could possibly find that looked remotely, the same. It's about 1/4 inch in diameter for the hammer spring. So I've bought every one I could find that looked anything like it, and tried it in there. Mostly ones that are a little bit heavier, but I did try lighter too, and that didn't work at all. I mean, it locked up below 1600. So but anyway, there you go. I hope it wasn't too much of a bummer in the beginning, but I'm really having a lot of fun with it anyway. We're going to be doing some, the spring is coming, and we're going to be getting this thing outside and doing some 20 yard, 25 yard maybe, see what we can do. Shoot it at some cans full of water. That'll be a lot of fun, and I think it's going to be a great addition to the channel. So anyway, there you go. Crosman 2240 build. If you guys think of anything else you'd like to see added onto this guy, I definitely don't think I'm done modding it or changing it around, swapping it around. So if you'd like to see anything else done to it, just leave a comment below, or you can contact me. My email's down in the description as well. You can contact me via email. A lot of you guys do that anyway, and I really appreciate that interaction as well. But there you go. Hope you guys liked the video. Till next time, have a great day.